Hi, everybody. Oh, we're not there. How'd that happen?
What?
Hmm. We're invisible.
Hey, we're invisible today.
We went to see the Fantastic Four movie, and the Invisible Woman is the actual most important character, so we decided we wanted to be her.
We are actually sitting here.
Well, heh, heh, heh.
Well, we could do the invisible person show.
Right, even if you can't see us, we are here.
Come on, try to figure it out, Mr. O, while I shuffle the invisible deck I'm shuffling. Do you know if you switched? Did you try switching cameras?
Aha!
Oh, he's figured it out. Maybe. Yes, there I am.
This show will be brought to you by Banshee only. Mr. O has passed on and is now speaking from spirit.
I am channeling Mr. O. Channeling. Have a seat in the throne, Mr. Spirit of Mr. O.
I am here.
Hi, Jamie's Cowboys.
Oh,
Just figuring out a typical Mercury retrograde.
yeah, we'll play Mercury retrograde. Why not?
All right, so let me get Jamie's Cowboys on the list.
In the spirit, in the flesh, in a mess.
All right. Well, that was all interesting and all. So I'm using the Season of the Witch Lammas Oracle. It's still Lammas weekend. You might see it for my card for the collective on Wednesday too. And then maybe I will be moving on until fall equinox time or closer to that. I have a bunch of other Oracle decks here, but I chose to do this one more time on the live show. We're real. We're the real deal, Kyle. Don't you forget it. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. All right.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty awesome, I bet.
Oh, yeah. Wonder what card I'll get for that day with my Oracle. I know what we've got. Oh, I don't remember what we have for the tarot. Kind of an up and down week tarot wise, that's for sure. But it'll be interesting, like today's card.
Collecting seeds, number 6.
Collecting seeds. Ah. I don't think I've had that one before, even personally.
Yeah, I know. We have had a lot of reversals, but recently that trend has changed.
Last week was almost all upright with one reversal. Yeah. This week, there still is a bit of upright, but as you know, sometimes upright ones have their challenges too. So be ready for an interesting week ahead. And I love the choices of food that I'm going to be able to show from these decks. It's a lot of fun. And by the way, since we had grapes today,
Hi, Andrea.
since we had grapes today as our card for the collective, I brought out a grape cluster of amethyst for today's show. So, anyway.
Hail to you also, beautiful sister. We'll
Hi,
put you on our
Andrea. I
list.
will get you on the list post haste.
I'll go
But
ahead and do that.
doing the card for the collector. Oh, Mr. O will do it. Thank you, Mr. O. Check my number too. I'm not sure I updated it. So count them because they're all still there. Okay, so collecting seeds. The keywords for this card is developing a successful future, reinvestment, and saving. Remember that what once was planned has grown, and now it's time to sow new seeds. Ooh, I love that.
Thank you, Jackie.
And
Yeah,
Sunman has arrived. Let me.
probably have had it for ages.
Yes, I have had it for ages. I forget what store I got that one from. I think it was Cosmic Eye. I think it
Okay, I was
was.
going to say it wasn't the
No,
Mysticurial.
no, it was.
We didn't buy a lot of stones from there, did we?
It was that woman who sold crystals, that other shop. And didn't Cosmic Eye become that other shop, or they something weird?
Well,
You know who I'm talking about.
right. I can't think of her name.
What's her name, maybe? Was it Sally?
Maybe.
Anyway, okay, memory fails us. Collecting
All those years ago.
Collecting seeds is a critical step in maintaining a thriving garden year after year. Of course, you could buy seeds at the start of each growing season, but there's no need with a bit of thoughtful planning and a small amount of effort. Collecting seeds appears when there is a need for more planning, mindfulness about your future, and investing in your long term growth. All too often, there's a significant push to achieve one singular goal, and once you've done so, you're left wondering what comes next. How do you build upon the success you already have? You're being asked to look ahead to gain clarity about where your life is heading from here. Receiving this card is a sign that your current growing season is coming to a close. Naturally, there are some things that will remain in your life for years and require less effort as time goes on, while other things will reach their natural conclusion and make space to plant new ideas and new pathways to achievement. Don't wait until your next growing season to figure out what to grow or what you could miss the next harvest altogether. Well, that's interesting, and Sonny can't wait for me to put down my book and pay attention to him. So, it's really
I'm
an
sure that
interest.
was impressive, Kyle. Yeah.
It's really an interesting card here. I have to say. Uh, the idea too that once you're done and your thing has fully blossomed and reached its conclusion, for you to be sitting there wondering what to do next, you should be taking the seeds that came from this project that you are finished with and using those ideas or some of the things that worked for you that allowed it to flourish and grow to help your next project flourish and grow, to jumpstart that next project. Why make things so hard on yourself and think you've always got to start from scratch?
It's about timing. There are times where things need to be planted because of the season it needs to flourish in. So think ahead when you can.
Well, think ahead, but also use what you've got. Use what worked. And the fact that your plants have flourished and blossomed and grown and left you seeds means those seeds could be exactly what you need to springboard your next project. So, good luck with that. I love that
I'm
card.
loving the comments going on, and welcome to Kara
And
and
the
Libra.
Libra. Gonna
We'll
get the
get you
list
guys
out
on the
there.
list. And I'm going to move ahead to our first reading, which is for Lena. And Lena asks, Spirit reading, please. You got it, Lena. So I'm going to use my Global Fusion Intuitive Tarot.
Reading. And I'll be using the Fairy Lenormand again. I'm going to be starting to switch my Lenormands up to reflect the shortening days, the dark season approaching. Well, the dark season that's really started already.
You're welcome, Shirley. But we wouldn't have a program without all of you.
Yes, and reminder, tomorrow is our 6th anniversary of doing this
Right,
show,
6 complete years.
doing these services, being TFT. And so August hopefully will be an active month for us. I'm going to be pushing to do a lot of different things, and maybe some familiar things will return. So we appreciate you. We value all of you. Hey, if you can get anybody else to come onto this site and get us up to 1,000 viewers, we're up to 838 right now.
Right,
We're
we'd love to make
subscribers. We'd
1,000.
love it. We'd love to reach our goal this 7th year.
All right, Spirit reading for Lena. Our first card is the Knight of Pentacles reversed.
Okay.
Spirit's a little sluggish, maybe. The next card is the Page or Knave of Wands. They are upright. So that's a nice contrast.
What was the first card? The Page of Wands is upright.
It's the Knight of Pentacles reversed.
Oh, interesting.
And then the last card is the upright Three of Wands. These are pretty cards. I like this particular deck. A Jamaican immigrant created these images in this deck. I'm missing his name at the moment, but it's the Global Fusion Intuitive Tarot.
And I'm forgetting that last card already, and you're talking about
this one, the Three of Wands.
Upright.
Upright.
Well, that's okay. And this is for August, a spirit reading?
There was no month mentioned. It was just a spirit reading.
Okay, got it.
So it can be as general as we want it to be.
And what is this card that confuses you? And I can see why. Her wings cover part of the...
But it's the anchor.
The anchor.
It's a crusty old anchor. Well, maybe it's not very crusty. I don't know.
Much sense to me, this reading. I guess I have to let Mr. O go first because I'm going to go right through it, I think. Go ahead.
And the mice. Okay. So it is an interesting spirit reading. The Knight of Pentacles reverse maybe indicates this is a time where things seem to be slowing down. They're not necessarily by design. Sometimes maybe things slow down because we need to pay more attention to them. But I don't think that's the reason why. It may be that we're in a quandary over exactly where we're trying to express ourselves or put our energy. And that I'm getting through that Page of Wands, the next card there, because there sort of is a dichotomy or a dilemma between something that maybe is trying, and maybe it's just life or circumstances of life is really trying to slow you down, or things are sluggish for you, but the spirit is really invigorated with wanting to project itself. I'm going to stop there and let Banshee do as she will.
Well, okay. So, I saw something a little differently at first, but already my mind is twisting it around. So I'm going to go with this, Lena. I think here with that Knight of Wands, or the Knight of Pentacles reversed, and the Page of Wands upright, I think I'm going to start with the Page of Wands and say, a new opportunity might be out there for you. Maybe you just need to pay more attention. The Knight of Pentacles can speak of a little bit of laziness, maybe a little bit of taking your eye off the prize, maybe a little bit of a lack of motivation to look and seek out new opportunities. And there could be something out there waiting for you. So, you need to maybe not be complacent and, keep your eye on where you want to be. If you want more money in your life, look for ways to make that happen. If you want a new job or career, look for those opportunities. Something may be out there, and if you're not paying attention, it could pass you by. And when I look at that Three of Wands, this is what I'm saying here. Anticipate, think, be forward thinking here. Anticipate that opportunities, are just waiting for you. The right one is out there somewhere, and all you have to do is grab it when it's available. So don't slack off right now. Pay attention to, the indicators or the signs of things, and where, and how it relates to where you want to be or where you want to go. And finally, that anchor and that mice fit in perfectly with what I'm saying here, because don't be, staying in a situation, stuck in a situation that is stressing you out, irritating you, or maybe, depleting you in some way, not making enough money to make ends meet or making you struggle monthly. You don't need that. Make that temporary. Don't get stuck there.
I like what you said about the opportunities, sort of like there, and to keep your eye on the prize. I think that's a very important point. Mm-hmm. I really see that finally with that Three of Wands, which I didn't address, and I think that works even in the way I said it too, that if there are things that are causing you to slow down, it's to pay attention to, not just because things have a lull in active maneuvering of some sort, but because Spirit says there's something meant for you to see, an opportunity you should not miss. And of course, the page says you have the energy to see this, so don't let something, kind of pull you away from that. Um, it could be that there may be some minor but more earthly concerns, sort of like based around your home life, I think, that maybe present little problems in that attention span or that paying attention to detail. Don't anchor yourself to that. Try to find a way to pull up that anchor and move beyond these things, because they're really minor. And if people are deliberately putting them there, maybe they're trying to prevent you from seeing your opportunity. But I don't necessarily think it's external. I think it's kind of just forces around your circumstances.
Yeah, I think it's maybe this is just a temporary thing, but the problem is that if you take your eye off of things and opportunity is trying to knock, you might be missing out something valuable. So just remain open to, the improvements you want to make into your life and keep your eye open for opportunities that may be out there. I wish you luck with
All
that.
right,
That's the message from Spirit. And
and
Siama is up.
Siama is up.
Right.
I think Siama wants a general.
A general?
Yes, general
Got
reading.
it. Saw it. Yep. Okay. Well, I'll use the old food deck. I had it all in order to do my unboxing, but then I never did the unboxing, so I mixed them up really good today, I think. And you're not going to let me shuffle? Come on now, I don't want to get your whiskers stuck in the cards. Hey, I'm sorry here. I know you think you're the star, but somebody's got to do the work here.
Banshee guest stars with me this Wednesday
Speaking
on
of stars.
Goth Tarot, and we will be initiating a new month of work based on our poll from the Cries of the Soul's Oracle. It kind of sets up the idea of what we want to explore for the month. So check it out. That's this Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Goth Tarot.
Always fun to join Mr. O on his show.
Thank you. Likewise.
All right. Okay. Well, a general reading, I like this card. It's the Hanged One, and it is broth.
Broth. Mm, it does a body good.
And the Six of Wands is that expensive spice, saffron, or herb, saffron.
Oh, okay. Nice.
They're both upright. And what is that card again? Shit.
Six of Wands and the Hanged One.
Six of Wands and the Hanged One.
Right.
We're adding to the mix the Page of Wands reversed, which is turmeric.
Okay, so that one's reversed. The Page of
Yes.
Wands.
It's kind of interesting here because that's the opposite of what happened in the last reading, getting the Page of Wands upright. Go ahead.
All right, so in our Lenormand, we have the Scythe, the Scythe,
Sunny is a star.
and we have the Child, right? That's the
Yep.
Child.
The star and the child. Ooh. Well,
No, the Scythe,
oh, the scythe.
the Scythe.
Oh, I saw the darkness and I thought it was maybe the star. Oops,
Ain't
sorry.
no star there.
No. So, what the heck is going on here?
General reading. Okay. Hmm.
The Hanged Man, the Six of Wands upright, but the Page of Wands reversed. Okay. The Hanged Man, I think here,
It says, okay, it's the whip. It's number 11. Jackie's helping us out.
oh, thanks, Jackie. I didn't see the number from
I'm sorry,
here.
because I see the broom
I
there, but
should
I
have
thought
looked on my
it
screen.
almost looks like a Sith in the hand, but
It is the whip. It's
it
the
is the.
whip and the
Thank you,
child.
Jackie.
No
Sorry
whipping
about that.
children, please.
Can I?
It's rather brutal, but let's take a look at this. I think the Hanged Man here, really, you're going to, I think something's coming along that may seem like an opportunity that could give you a great victory of some sort, but maybe not. Maybe you ought to take a pass on this one. I think you really need to think objectively about this. And it's funny, we have the moon card this week coming up, as I'm just going to throw that out there. Darn, spoiler. But the thing is, some things may appear one way, and really, when you dig deeper, you realize there's nothing to be gained here. So, even though it seems like there's a victory and a lot of support for you to take on something new, you really ought to give it some serious thought to see if it's worthwhile for you or not.
Right. It may call upon you to give up something else or to change something dramatically, I think. It's exactly what I see too. I think there's a feeling here that you could make a change and you want to evaluate that, but there's more beneath the surface, perhaps. And it's also possible, too, with that Page of Wands inverted, that maybe somehow some of that's being kept from you that you're not able to see it. I don't know that it's an external, but maybe the news hasn't arrived yet, so to speak. Something maybe delaying that. And I'm just going to bust through the rest of it, too. It's sort of like take time to really understand this, but there may be a gravity involved that indicates you do need to not wait too long, or that some part of this is important enough that, there's a dichotomy here. You have to weigh what you can with measured steps, but also it needs to happen quicker, maybe.
Maybe I can sort of see that. I'm going to go a little different
Sure.
direction with that, just a little. But I think here, whatever this is, really, you may need to talk to friends or family or your coworkers, whatever. Get an outside opinion on this too. Be objective because I really feel here, whatever this opportunity is, you really want it. You think it could be successful for you, but there may be more to it than meets the eye. So, what you need to do is move slowly on this. I'm going to go the opposite direction and take the time to sweep away any confusion, anything that may be hidden under that, how should I say that, under that pile of dirt or things that are covering what you see on the surface, what you feel. So take some time to sweep away any ambiguities and determine whether this is really right for you.
Sift through the saffron.
Sift through the saffron. Yeah. You only need a little pinch, I think I hear, right? I've never worked with saffron, so I'm only going from what I've seen on cooking shows.
So I hope that makes sense to you, Stiama.
So good luck with that.
Good luck.
And thanks for that, Jackie. Yes, it makes a big difference
Appreciate
here.
that. There's no reward, but we do appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, so I believe Jackie's up. With her very interesting question.
Yeah, I don't know how we're going to tell that. Maybe we could tell. Let's see what kind of spiritual cards we get or not.
Well, I'm bringing it out of mothballs. I haven't used it in a while now. Um, my Karma Music Tarot. So I think that would be a pretty cool deck to use for this. So let's look at that question. Have any of your ancestors ever been one of your spirit guides? You ask us, sometimes your guides speak to me, and you often wonder if they were an ancestor. We were talking about that earlier, I think, before we went live, and I thought, in a way, it's kind of like they are sort of like de facto a spirit guide without being the actual
That is true.
spirit guide. They're sort of like an auxiliary or backup or adjacent. And of course, it sounds like one of those, like, 50s, ghostly comedies where the ghost has to do so many things in order to get their redemption or something like that. I'm not saying that that's what I feel there, but the idea that they have a different sense of an agency about them. But who knows? Maybe, souls evolve and become something else like that. We've dealt with that before with someone else.
I
So
see I
that's an
don't see
interesting
I'm
question.
on the list. Or did I? No. I didn't post the list. So there we go. Okay.
I love the Karma Music Tarot. It's one of my oldest ones. I haven't had it. I've had it since somewhere in the late 70s. I think I got it around the time we got together, or shortly after that, maybe. Do you remember?
Oh, I thought
It's
you.
been around since nearly the
It's been
beginning.
around a long time for you, yes.
Still
Yeah.
holds up pretty well, shuffles pretty well. Alrighty, here's our cards.
Well, they don't make decks like they used to.
That's true. The upright nine of coins, the reversed devil, and the reversed knight of swords. So, is this a form of penance for somebody in your ancestral background? Kind of an interesting idea there. The nine of coins, of course, maybe is you, like how they look at you, like they sort of have a protective feel for you. They are around you, they're in your garden, so to speak.
Let
The
me throw
devil,
these out there too.
okay, yes, let's go ahead and do that. So that is the sun. Whoops. And the ship. The ship. I like these little pictures.
It's number 3, right?
Number 3.
It's a ship.
313. That's the area code for a lot of Metro Detroit.
That used to be ours for
313.
many
Yeah, it
years.
used to be ours for decades. It's a different one now.
Well, I felt I should let it go. As much as I love Detroit, I didn't want to be a pseudo Detroiter. I haven't been for a while now, so, but I appreciate my roots most definitely.
Absolutely. I never regret coming from Detroit.
No. All right. Well, this is interesting, and I like it because I can almost read all the cards there. So it's the nine of coins upright, correct? It's the devil reversed, and what's that last one?
The Knight of
I
Swords
saw it
reversed.
before when the screen was big. The Knight of Swords reversed. Huh. I think here, I'm kind of mixed on this. I believe that yes, there probably are some that are your that were maybe more than one that is, a guide of yours. But it seems to me, I don't know, when I see the ship and the sun together, I'm thinking maybe a lot of them have moved towards the light. I just had this feeling maybe a lot of them have moved, and transitioned their energy, and maybe there is just not, there may be some, how do we want to say, imprints, ancestral imprints, but not necessarily guidance coming from them, if you get my drift there. But I also think it could mean that, those that are here with you are here to enlighten you in times when you need to make moves or important decisions, especially with that Knight of Swords reversed here. I feel here they're here to try to help you through periods where maybe you've made some mistakes or some bad choices. They feel free to operate in with the devil reversed here. I feel like they feel free to operate when they feel like it. They're just not always necessarily with you, but they feel like, yes, I feel like now you need me here, I'm here.
Well, clearly, I feel like they're here to guide you towards illumination of some sort, towards knowledge. But remember too that I said, like, I immediately had a feeling like maybe there's a penance aspect here. Like they're doing this because it helps evolve them. It's not necessarily the Judeo-Christian kind of penance idea, but I sort of feel that that too means that then they release themselves through this work and move towards, their final resolution. I get some of that from the devil reversed, the idea that maybe something held them here in an earthly sense, being held to the earthly material plane, Capricorn, the devil, but it's reversed. So they're trying to work through that sense of maybe getting beyond what ties them to the material plane. The Knight of Swords reverse could be saying that, once again, there are just some actions or things that maybe inspire this, the idea that maybe, this is a reflection on their karmic past, and that they are given an opportunity to present, spiritual wisdom to you. And maybe because they're part of your ancestors, this could indicate that maybe this is something that is linked to you in your ancestry, that maybe they're trying to keep you on this path to prevent you from maybe going in a direction they might have went.
I guess I kind of ignored the nine of coins. I do feel here that, the nine of coins is often about home in a way, not necessarily ancestral kind of connections to home. But what I'm getting from that is that some of them do feel right at home staying with you, but others, may feel they're aiming now for something else, or they've moved past this realm for something else. You got to wonder sometimes if you go back in history down our ancestral lineage and how life was then compared to how life is now, and all the transitions over time, in the generations of family that have sprung up, how they feel about being a part of, or how they feel of dealing with life in this modern era and working with the energies now. Maybe some of them don't feel like they belong here anymore, and others have found their comfort with guiding people through. So I have to say, yes, I believe that some are a part of your spirit guide tribe, but others, they just decided, hey, this isn't for me.
Right. I think it's not very many of them. I think it's
Yeah.
two or three of them, maybe. I don't know.
I think, we derive strength and empowerment from where we've come from in a different way than getting actual, spiritual guidance. However, I do think that that can occur. There are some that want to ensure that, things go well for the people that are, now carrying on the family line. That makes sense. Good, good luck with that.
All right. Thanks, Jackie.
The reason I like this one particular one was the way it was cut and how it's got one. I don't know if it was pushed in there because it does look like maybe it was in there to begin with, but it came out and they had to glue it in. There's this one little piece of regular quartz in there. That's what I like about it.
You're welcome.
All right,
I thought there was some interesting stuff there.
there was. Okay, whoopsie. We are on Shirley. Hi, Shirley.
Hi, Shirley. And Shirley asks, will their business improve financially this week and month? All right.
This weekend month. Okay. Hey there, Shirley. I'm going to be bringing the horse deck out again soon. Changing up my decks pretty soon.
Oh, look, we have a donation.
What?
Thank you. Jackie. Oh, thank you, Jackie. You're
Jackie,
so
thank you so
sweet.
much. Appreciate you. You just wanted to see the dancing cat, didn't you?
You too can see a dancing purple cat. Just donate any amount, even the smallest amount. Thank you so much. And a note there about our anniversary. Thank you. We appreciate that.
It's very nice of you. Appreciate it. All right.
You bet, Shirley.
I think you're doing too. Oh, wait. Oh, it's my deck. I'm sorry. I started to get it, but when you said the dancing cat came out, I got confused. Okay.
Yes, we thought that might.
Throw me off? It did. In a good way. All right. Business improvement.
Thank you, Shirley. And Libra has probably been around since nearly the beginning. I think Libra came in that first year.
Oh, my goodness. We've had some real loyal followers. So many, really.
We've had a few people that went away for a while and then ended up coming back,
And some we have never seen again.
and
And
some we never see again.
that's the way this business goes. But it's more than that. We've really made some nice connections, deeper connections, and we so appreciate that.
We value you.
It's been so enriching to me all the way around. Well, maybe not financially, but that's not the total goal here. It's just been a great experience.
Look,
Oh,
keep watching.
you put
I did that by doing 2 thumbs up.
oh, cool. So 2 thumbs up does fireworks? I'll
It,
keep that in
it
mind.
did this time.
Okay.
It's not doing it now, though.
It may not. Okay.
Oh, well.
Well, hey, we have the.
I look stupid playing with my thumbs.
Are you ready for the cards?
No, I'm not.
We have the Four of Pentacles reversed.
See, I'm not ready.
We have the Nine of Daggers or Swords upright, and the Pentacles are
No, it
cactus.
says reversed.
Oh, I'm sorry, it is reversed. Thank you. And we also have another one, the Knight of Daggers or Swords reversed. Oh, geez.
Well, Dolly Dagger, eh? Okay, but these are better.
Oh,
The fish. Is that the tree?
indeed it is.
And the tree. Well, I know that Lady Groot fools me to thinking she's the tree, but she's not the tree. Thank you, Kyle. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a fun deck. It's called Desert. This is one that's called Desert Illuminations, I think. So I love this deck. It's very cool.
All right.
Well, this is a real odd situation here. I think that maybe this month or maybe the next week, I hope it's not the whole month, and maybe there's signs that it's not. There's going to be kind of a learning experience for you in a way. There might be you may realize that maybe you should have given some more thought to something before you did it or before you didn't do it. So, in other words, you might have missed out on something by not thinking or acting quick enough, or you might have done something without thinking and suffered a little bit of a loss here or a setback. I feel here that you may end up not in the firm footing you wanted with that Four of Cactus or Pentacles reversed. There may be not as much gain as there is determining that maybe there are some things you have to let go of in order to achieve success. What is not working anymore? What is not of value anymore? It's time to let it go. And I would look at the Lenormand and just add, because I know Mr. O wants to get in and I'm going on, that use this as a learning experience. If you learn from whatever's maybe not happening or going right here, and you really evaluate this, you will become, things will start to pick up and improve for you. You'll make the changes that will allow for growth to occur, and things will improve for you financially. Maybe by the end of this month, but I think, there's going to be some hard lessons before that time.
Well, that's what I'm wondering too, is if maybe the tarot represents the week more or less, and then the Lenormand may represent where we end up by the end of the month.
It could
And
be.
that does look better. But I'll just weigh in on the tarot there, and I'm wondering really, oh, I had it, and you made me
You
forget it.
can weigh on it all, though, because I'm done.
Okay, sure. Um, I think that maybe there's a possibility that the Four of Pentacles reverse could be talking about overhead or expenses you didn't expect, perhaps, and that you're losing money connected to something you could use for another reason in the business. So, for example, if there was a way you were going to use money to advertise somewhere and you can't for a particular reason, or you're just not able to meet an overhead cost of some sort. Maybe you didn't anticipate it, but I get the feeling like it was sort of hanging in the background. And maybe you feel like now's the time to do it, even though it's not as convenient. That's that Nine of Swords reversed there. You may be feeling like you need to get over the anxiety that had been weighing about some of this and just go ahead and do it. But it may still result in not really received potentials. The Knight of Swords or daggers reversed may be indicating that it just isn't working out for you. And that's what I think is maybe in this time frame. This may have been more of a hairline trigger kind of situation where you had to make a decision or commit to that spending or that resource being used. The Lenormand makes it look like maybe towards the end of the month things do rectify or improve. The tree is about growth, is about finding, resources to use, and it's moving towards a sense of feeling like there could be more abundance. So maybe by the end of the month, it looks like things could be picking up.
That's what we have for you, Shirley. Good luck with that.
Good luck.
I think here, Kyle, I would have to agree with you. It's not a perfect deck, but I don't know. I love the colors. I just love the
I like the
colors.
colors the most.
Western, the southwestern kind of atmosphere. And hey, throwing in aliens, that's a plus for me. So
Good
I
luck.
do like
It
that.
sounds like this next week is kind of screwy or unexpected things causing you to make, commitments you didn't anticipate and the anxiety going along with it. But towards the end of the month, it looks like maybe things will pick up. So, and that's a few weeks though. So you're gonna have to wait for it or see how other things play out. Good luck.
All right. You're very welcome. Victoria is up, and it's your deck.
All right.
My Lenormand.
And what did Victoria ask? Do you recall? Here it is. Okay. I see. Okay, so what deck do I want to use? I guess I want to use my Crow's Magic Tarot for this reading. It has a lot of spiritual shamanic type elements in the illustrations. Where should you focus your energies for the best results?
Okay. Hmm. Okay, I forgot the question. Let me go back and look.
Where should I focus my energy for the best results in the coming weeks?
Oh no.
Toby did well overnight. Banshee will know what I'm talking about.
Ah, okay. I do know. This is going to be fun. I bet you know what I have in here.
Uh-oh. All right, so we have the reversed Page of Swords. And what are bats but mice with wings, Victoria? Ah, ah, ah. We have the Seven of Coins upright. I like that image there. And we have the Five of Cups reversed, which is kind of better.
Huh. Well,
Oh, wow. That seems like a Trumpian kind of key, so big, gaudy, and golden. Oh, Victoria, we had you covered with mice, whether it's flying or gnawing around on the ground.
well, you
Gotcha
want to know
covered.
what you need to do to focus on to achieve success. Is that
Right.
pretty much the
That was the
gist?
question, yeah.
Yeah. So I think here, well, you have to watch how the way you communicate, the way you come off to other people. I think that's going to be really an important part of this. You may have to try to not be too critical, and really listen to what others may be trying to tell you. Not necessarily us, I'm just saying, but
Polishing your image a little bit,
yes.
trying to be more diplomatic and tactful. Think those evil voodoo doll thoughts in your head, but be nice and gracious and offer the hand and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, well, you might have just missed the beginning of this, but you're in it now.
Yeah.
So I think here, communication and how you do it and how you reveal
Poise,
yourself and show yourself to others is the key here.
image,
Was what you need to work on or to achieve success, focus on. And the next
Seven of Coins.
Seven of Coins, well, also, you know what? Just do your best and cast your worrying aside. I think here, this card, the Seven of Coins, sometimes is about being nervous, being upset about what you have done, if you've done it right, if you've dotted every T and I, if you've looked for every possible opportunity or open door that you can. Just do what you've got to do and then let it rest, you know?
It's like if you're asking for focus, focus on where your background has already brought you. And then, just
Nice.
realize it's there, and that's what I see the Seven of Coins as is like this shows what you have already planted or what you've already built up to this point. So that's where your focus should be is realizing you have that body of work behind you or that legacy of whatever has brought you to this point and now. So have confidence in what you already have. Have poise, diplomacy, tact, mental, awareness for what you have already done. So then finally, the Five of Coins reversed.
Well, the Five of
Hi.
Cups reversed is indicating here, um, you know, you may have suffered some setbacks, but you're ready to keep, but be ready to keep moving forward to and try to capitalize on any and every opportunity that presents itself. I think new opportunities may be coming, but this is more about just remaining open and jumping on the things that you think will be good for you. So it's more of the same there, but that's the focus is just keep jumping on what you see as a potential opportunity and don't let the prior setbacks stop you.
The Five of Cups reversed, maybe it's another reminder of focusing your energies on what you have already done, what you have already brought to situations. So to some degree, that could just be saying, reviewing, your resume or what you feel you bring to the table and looking where you can enhance that or something like that. A lot of this doesn't sound like it's finding new ground for yourself so much as emphasizing what already are your natural strengths and possibilities.
So the key, though, it obviously has the mice here. So the key is also to to focus on minimizing the stress that all of this might be causing you,
Yeah.
focus on minimizing the stress or discomforts or, nibbling little annoying issues that, are trying to bring you down. Just try to minimize that and not let them overwhelm you, because then that Five of Cups again is going to be focused on regrets or disappointments rather than,
New
grasping for new
possibilities.
opportunities and
Yeah.
possibilities for success. And that's it. That's what we see here. I wish you luck with that.
Good luck.
I got you on the list, Ari. And there it is.
All right. Matt's a dog.
Oh, that's pretty wild, Ari. We'll get to that. I don't think you did ask that one before, or maybe not in that way. Wow. All right. But we are on Kyle.
And Kyle has given us their question.
What the Lionsgate portal is going to help you with. Okay, spin
Nice.
that however we may. Yes, we'll try to make it all helpful. Let's see. Yes, I'm going to use this rather odd. Ah, no, it's not the Adventure Tarot. It's the Great Outdoors Tarot. The imagery doesn't totally evoke some of the cards here. So you want to talk about an imperfect deck. I kind of wish it did more, but I really like the outdoorsy theme. So I brought it out for the season, as long as with my Adventure Tarot, which I think is a little bit better at reflecting the card themes than this one. Wow, well, we start off with what Victoria ended with, the Five of Cups reversed, the Five of Vessels. We have the Two of Wands reversed. This one's pretty appropriate. Oh, it's a Tuapalooza. We have the Two of Blades or Swords reversed.
All reversed.
Yeah.
Well, Mercury's retrograde and all that. So in Lenormand, it's the cross and the book.
Well, you wanted to know what the Lionsgate will be helping you with. Reversals or not, I think we can help you figure that out.
Yep.
I think it's going to help you with a few things, or maybe they're connected. We'll see as we go. I think I'm going to take this a card at a time, Kyle, and just say at the beginning here that that I think the Lionsgate is going to help you work through, any regrets or disappointments you may have had over missed opportunities, and it's going to help open your eyes to what is still available to you out there. So, if you've been feeling kind of regretful or disappointed about certain things you did or didn't do in life, the Lionsgate is going to help you work through that and show you, that there's a plethora of other things just waiting for you out there.
Right. Some of this could be your final resolving of emotional relationships that maybe didn't work out, and that if they were still on your mind, some of this may make you resolve some of that. I sort of feel that comes through maybe in the Lenormand too, but we'll get to that in a minute. Did you cover all the cards or just one?
No, I'm doing this one at a time.
Oh, okay.
So the Two of Wands, I think also the Lionsgate, this is reversed, may make you realize that perhaps it's best to make better plans and strategies and not waffle so much. You know, if you look at that card there, it looks as though they're trying to figure out what direction they need to go in when it's upright. And so when it's reversed, it's kind of like, well, even if you've taken a wrong direction in life, maybe this Lion's Gate is going to allow you to see that there were reasons you took that wrong direction. There was lessons to be had by that. You know, when we go on a trip and we might take the wrong path and get lost, sometimes there's little gems we can find along that way.
That's an interesting thought too, Kyle. So thank you for sharing that. I feel, to me, the two cards kind of combine a little bit. That, maybe a sense of, opportunities that you're not really ready for, and partially this is you admitting to yourself that you're not ready for them. Some of those could be saying that you feel like they've come back before too, but you're still not finding you're ready for what this opportunity is. I don't know if it's about indecisiveness or really coming to terms with why you make the decisions you do, because you do make decisions, if you choose not to decide, all of that. So some of this is really maybe you understanding why. Hey, watch it, boy. Why you make some decisions or why you feel about
Don't
them.
rub so hard. Hair. So, I think that your idea of indecisiveness plays into what I said there. And I think the Lionsgate will help with that. And also, this idea, too, with the Two of Swords reversed, um, it is saying once you truly learn the lessons of mapping out strategies better and also accepting the fact that some of those mistakes that you may make work out to your benefit because you've learned something or you've gotten something out of it that was unexpected. And that falls in line with the Two of Swords here reversed in my mind, too, in that, you know, we can only do the best we can, right? We can only take the paths we think are right for us. And we may make some mistakes from time to time. Well, the Lionsgate is teaching you not to worry about that, not to let that stop you from making the moves you need to make for whatever reasons, right or wrong. These moves happen for a reason, and we have to experience what we're going through. So I think the Lion's Gate is all about sort of these different facets.
We always move forward even when we do make certain mistakes or have problems coming to certain decisions. And so it could be important to realize too that you just keep moving forward and you try to minimize the sense of regrets you feel. And I think that kind of goes in line with this too, that you realize what's going on. You find out what's going on, what those opportunities were or what the decisions were, and it helps you cope with the sense of depression or regrets, disappointments.
What I think here with the Lenormand is that through all of this, you can just regret and wallow and look at it that way. You can look at your sorrows or griefs or setbacks as, as something that, is makes you less than, or you can learn from them. You can choose to learn from them and put those lessons and take those lessons to heart instead of let those lessons overwhelm you and move on. Because I always say, we can feel bad sometimes about what we do, but if you live with regret, that's just a burden you do not that will hold you back your entire life. Live your life with no regrets. No regrets, and just realize that these things happen for a reason, for your own growth and development.
And it can take a long time to get over regrets. I know that.
Oh yeah.
But you got to keep going.
Well, I have no regrets.
Yes, I know that about you.
Good luck with that, Kyle.
Thanks for coming today.
Hey, that was a good question. We're on Jamie's Cowboys. Hope you're doing better, Jamie. I haven't kept up much with the chat.
No regrets. I like that.
Yes, like the Snickers commercial. Exactly. I don't see a question. Maybe I missed it. I didn't go far
Jamie's
enough.
Cowboys, we need a question.
Or are you just watching today? That's fine if you just want to watch. But do let us
Okay.
know.
Okay. The new attorney. So you have a new attorney, I guess you're saying. Is this a good sign?
Okay.
Am I interpreting that right?
Yep.
Alrighty. So that's my deck again. Let's see. I'm going to use my Black Tarot. Okay, that's okay.
Oh, so you've still got issues. I'm sorry to hear that. Hang in there.
Well, we do hope.
Boy, this Mercury retrograde really messed with you. Wow. Here, sunny sun's a hug your way. Right? Yeah.
Right. Our first card is the Magician Reverse. And then we have another major arcana, Judgment, but it's also reversed. The last card is the Four of Swords, and it's upright.
I have to remember to turn my head when you're doing that. Oh, man. Hold on. The Four of Swords is upright. I think that's the only one I got.
Yeah. Okay, well, the first two are the Magician and Judgment, both reversed.
Ah, the Magician and Judgment both reversed. Okay.
Yeah, I like this deck too, the Black Tarot. I use it in Goth Tarot sometimes.
So Judgment is reversed too, eh?
And the Magician, which was first.
Well, let me do the Lenormand because I don't know. Do you want to start?
I could start. I'm not sure the new attorney will be favorable.
It's funny because I thought we had the new attorney as part of another reading we did for you recently, and
well, it was mentioned, but I don't know. I mean,
maybe it wasn't about the new attorney. Yeah, you know, the card reading.
if you're asking specifically about them and or the overall situation, the Magician Reverse could feel like somebody doesn't have all of their abilities to really make magic, so to speak. The Magician Reversed. They may lack power, they may lack will, they may lack something.
Having a bad feeling about this, but no, you know, I think it might take them some time to get up to snuff.
Your third one, okay.
Oh boy. And I'm thinking that it might take them some time to get up to snuff on your case, that they may not be prepared in some way, you know, that magician reversed, but also were they recommended to you by someone? Was this someone you just found? I think here that you got to make sure that they're all in on this, you know, that there's nothing shady or sneaky behind them taking on this case or whatever, that they really have your best interests in mind. Because I'm only saying that because the magician reverse sometimes can speak of sleight of hand or some
Trickery.
trickery. And Judgment reversed makes me wonder too, or did they really not feel confident about this case? I just wonder about that. Do they, for some reason, not feel confident either in the ability of you to get a good judgment? I'm not sure.
That would be an interpretation there too, or they're just not going to be able to exactly align with you or understand it the way you do. You understand it because you live through it in a way. Maybe they're not really seeing it differently. And it could just be their legal thing. I don't want to dislike lawyers, but I tend to think of them as kind of, too cut and dry in some cases.
You know, they might be like that, Mr. Oz. Just because say it kind of reminds me, when I see the judgment card reversed of how doctors treat you, it's like, listen to me. It's going to
Perfunctional.
be done this way because I know what to do, not you. And, that kind of thing. So they may appear to you, they may come off to you as being a little bit high and mighty, a little bit judgmental. So it seems like there's some things to work through here. And the Four of Swords being upright indicates to me that you may want to retreat from this one. You may not feel comfortable here. Or that
There'll be a delay, or
there'll be
there'll
a
be
delay.
like maybe they might be able to do something, but not in a time frame that you find, appreciable.
Now let's take a look at this.
So in the Lenormand, we pulled the stork and the coffin. It's kind of like life and death. I'm
Well,
sorry.
what does it tell you, though? It tells you, though, that maybe there's an ending to this new beginning, which could indicate that maybe you're going to switch attorneys again. Maybe the attorney is just going to say, "Look, I don't
I
have
can't do
time
it.
for this case right now," or whatever. Or you may decide this isn't right. I'm not sure here. It
Yeah.
just seems
I,
like this new beginning might get off to kind of a rocky start at the very best. So,
oh, wow. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, I remember your mom was in the accident too.
wow, you would think some attorneys would really want to step up on this one because it does sound like there should be some good damages, that come out of this award. So I don't know. I don't know what the deal is here, but we're getting some bad vibes right now.
Yeah, I want
It,
you to consider asking us again in the very near future, or other readers you may go to, because it does sort of seem like there's a real blockage of some sort here. There's just sort of something that's not working on your side.
it could be this is just Mercury retrograde, and yeah, you got
That's
to
possible.
just hope that things get better, as Mercury turns direct next week. But I don't know. I'm not so sure about this right now. I got vibes, and I remember your question was a little different last time, but you mentioned you had a new attorney, and I thought those cards maybe applied to that, but maybe they didn't. I mean, maybe you have a great case here, but this attorney won't be the one. Or something else is going on here. Maybe this attorney is going to want to settle for less and just be done with this. Maybe that's why this stork, it's going to come to a quick end. But be sure you're getting what you think you deserve,
Yeah.
if that's the case.
Yeah, that's a good point. Definitely keep us in the loop when you can.
Yeah. Very interesting vibes I'm getting here. They're not all that good. So good luck with that.
I wish you luck.
All right, we are on Andrea. Hi, Andrea.
Hi,
Good to see you here. Hope you've enjoyed the show so far, what you've watched of it. And I hope you left us a question.
I'm looking for it. I thought you might have, but I don't remember for sure.
May I have a guidance message, please?
That's what it
Okay,
was. Yep.
got it.
All right. Thank you, Andrea.
Okay, I guess I'll use my other starry deck for that one. Uh, The galactic star. There's
Thank you, Jackie. We wish the same to you.
yes.
I can't tell you how many times I've heard of a car accident or problem that really messed up somebody's life that I care for.
Well, but not just that. This Mercury, we've heard of a few car accidents, and in Michigan, there were some really nasty ones that went on. A construction worker got killed because somebody was driving through a zone recklessly.
Good for you, Jamie.
Just sad stuff.
Good for you.
Police chases that ended in tragedy.
And Jamies, we always like to tell everybody tarot's a snapshot in time. Just because we threw these cards today doesn't mean it's exactly going down that way. Things could change in the next few days for any number of reasons. So we appreciate, you understanding that, and we wish you the best. You're welcome.
Okay, the Chariot is reversed. Oh, this is interesting. So we got a couple of reversals here. The Eight of Cups is reversed. And we got another reversal. The Ten of Pentacles is reversed.
Well, you said it was a guidance reading, looking for some guidance.
You're going to get some.
You're going to get some, I think. Yep. All right. The man, right?
Mm-hmm.
The man, which could be yourself. It could be a man. It could be somebody. And also, there's the whip again.
The whip or broom, yeah.
Well, whip or broom.
Got it.
There's both in the picture.
No, I get it.
So to me, what is that first one?
Chariot.
The Chariot reversed and maybe the Eight of Cups reversed is a combo kind of thing going on here. The guidance may be to pull back a little bit or to not necessarily feel there's a forward movement for you at this time or one that you really want to engage in. It may be to some degree in terms of either your own aspirations in terms of career or maybe other things, relationships or things, or even, some sense of spiritual guidance. You may be wanting to consider holding back a little bit or not necessarily being quite as strident about it.
Well,
hello, boy.
It exactly makes sense to put those two cards together. I think here, this is a time not for forward movement, and maybe it's a time to even backpedal a little bit, backtrack a little bit. Not just to put that Chariot into park, but to maybe put it in reverse a little bit, and to either finish something you've started or just realize that this isn't a good time for forward movement. When I'm looking at that 10 of discs, moving a little bit forward here, I'm thinking to myself that maybe this isn't necessarily the best time for you financially, materially, or in family matters, but and it could be connected to finances, but you really do need to buckle down a little. Well, and you really do need to. So you really do need to tidy things up, where you are, and to make sure that, things are the way they should be before you move forward with anything. I think it's really important that everything is sort of saying not so much full stop, but look at where you are and determine, what needs to be completed here. Something is maybe it's important for you to tidy things up before you move forward. And I don't know, I can't go any further with that. But the Lenormand is interesting too, because we've got the man and we've got the broom. It may be saying here, you really need to you really need to, I want to say clean house, right? It's a broom, but you really need to maybe, like I said, tidy things up. You need to finish something, you need to finish a task, you need to sweep through it before you can move forward, before you can put things back in gear again. So, what is holding you back right now? What is blocking your progress or your forward movement? What can you do to make things right before you take that step out there and move forward?
Right, with that 10 of discs thrown in there at the end, um, it makes it feel like, right, something needs to be finished in certain ways or dealt with in some ways. And it kind of supports the other two cards. Maybe your motivation is for something that it shouldn't be at this time. And maybe that's why the Chariot's reversed is you feel like you want to move ahead and do something else, but there's something telling you here, there's something you still need to work on. The Eight of Cups itself, too. And I don't know, I get the feeling like it could be career related. I said that already. The discs, maybe I thought Banshee had a thought about, your personal finances or economics. It sort of feels like maybe you're at an impasse of some sort, and maybe other things that play into mind is you think you want to switch jobs, but you're not really ready yet, but you haven't convinced yourself yet of that to some degree, or you feel like other resources might bore you. It could happen, but I agree with Banshee in certain respects on all of that. And the idea of the Lenormand maybe is saying you really have to complete what you need to before you can move on.
And if you really feel that maybe there's externals involved here, people or situations, which could be the man as well, you need to sweep out those influences that are blocking your moves forward. If there are people here or situations or circumstances, tend to them first. And then, set some boundaries, so that you can allow yourself to finally grow and move forward. So I wish you luck with that. I hope you got something out of that. And good to see you here always, my friend.
All right. We're on Kara then.
Kara is up. Oh, I saw her question. It was about a friend and whether they're.
Is that the person connected to the tattoo people? Just wondering.
Well, the tattoo situation. Yeah.
Or the tattoo situation, right?
If Tis is a false divine femme and really.
Yes, we do, Jamie's, and you can absolutely write to us. We have a TFT email. I'm going to write it into our chat room right now, so just hold for a moment.
And I'll get to Kara's question when you're done. It's okay. I'm there, so I'll let you know. It's going to be your deck, right?
Right.
Okay. Let me put these away.
And we would appreciate hearing from you more about this. Maybe we can, converse a little bit and give you some other ideas there.
I may have some readings that are about legal matters. I'm not sure. Can take a look at that.
All right. Oh, you're going to write to us about a demon? Whoa.
Whoa. Okay.
Okay, so what was Kara's question again?
Kara's question is wondering if Tis is a false divine femme and
He.
really karmic. The lies and twisting the truth tells me this. I want to see what the cards say. She acts like she's two-faced.
Yeah, we'll be curious about that, Jamie's. Thank you. Appreciate.
So did you get that? Do I have to read it again?
You want to know if T is being a two-faced or serious about something. Or the friend says
She
that
wants to know if it's a false divine femme and really karmic. The lies and twisting of truth tell me this. Want to see what the cards say.
All right, thank you, Jamie's. And wow, Kara. I'm going to use my Tarot of the Northern Shadows. Let's see if Odin and the gang can help us out.
Alrighty. Let me see.
Alrighty. First card, Ace of Cups, upright. I know. Second card, Strength, upright.
Thought we did a reading on this person before and it was really bad, but I'm not sure.
And then Five of Swords.
Oh my gosh.
Is that a Fenris moment or not? And it's upright.
Well, even though this is the man again, it could represent your friend.
He's a fairy
Oh,
fellow. Do 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 do. Oh, there's our scythe. She ought.
well, it's an interesting thing here. You know, they kind of come off as being a good friend, right? With that eight.
Well, it says whip. Oh, this is 10 though.
Right. It's
Yeah.
the scythe.
10 is the scythe.
I thought that's what you said.
Oh, I'm looking at an old message. I'm sorry. Right.
All right. At any rate, what is the middle card?
Strength.
That's right. So she comes off as wanting to be a good friend, I think. You know, with the Ace of Cups here to some degree, you know, she wants to encourage your support or love or friendship. And the Strength card indicates that, you know, she uses subtle energy to try to influence you. Um, but there's nothing subtle about that Five of Swords, is there? there's like there's like
Run.
there's like there's like evil intent here,
No one
or
wins.
conflict. I mean, do you find yourself that even though she comes off as being good and nice, that you end up winding up in arguments or disagreements with this person? Because that's kind of what I'm getting here. And is it karmic? Well, I don't know. I'm not completely sure it is, or that there's any kind of deeper roots here, other than the fact that she may not be everything she seems to be. Um, I often want to give the benefit of the doubt when I see a good card like the Ace of, with the Ace of Cups here in Strength, but I can't help but think here if she's playing on your good nature, and taking advantage
Well,
of
we're
that.
going with the context of the question. You have the experience of dealing with her and or other, information that you know about her. We're just going with what the cards tell us. But I get the feeling like these cards in context could be saying she does present this more pleasing picture, but the reality is more likely the Five of Swords, that she is a chaos bringer of some sort, or that she sort of thrives on chaos. I don't know if that sounds appropriate to the situation. Um, the Lenormand is the key for me, because I was going to ask you, for somebody who comes across as being very feminist, as you say, or I think you said that, do you think that maybe she's more got masculine qualities?
Yeah, that could be, but when I look at the Lenormand, I see twofold thing here. Either she's a very cutting, kind of bitter person towards you, or she's carrying some kind of bitterness, like maybe something that you did might have rubbed her the wrong way in the past, and so she hasn't let go of that. But I think too, when I see this combination, this might end up being saying to me that you may end up ultimately at some point cutting ties with this person.
I'm going more towards that, but you're right. That could be something else too, what you said.
Yeah. I don't know. It does look kind of odd. I don't see anything here that would indicate to me like a karmic past life thing. But boy, that Five of Swords is harsh. That's all I have to say. So there's definitely something under the surface here if it hasn't come out completely to you. But from the sounds of it, you do get a taste of this from her.
Maybe the Five of Swords gives you an idea of the karma to come.
You know, it's double edged, swords. And I think, there's a real sharp side to this person. And you see it with that Five of Swords and you see it with
Scythe.
that scythe. And the rest either is like to try to keep you as a friend, or she just may not, this may be the way she deals with people. It may not just be you she treats this way, it just may be the way she operates, and it's kind of toxic. So I wish you luck with that.
Earlier today, I was talking with Banshee about what I called a reading with my lost soul
Oh,
tarot
yeah.
as a way of looking at the possibilities of why some people are the way they are, why they are so negative or so hateful. Like, why are they a lost soul? You're welcome, Kara. All right, so we are on Libra.
Okay.
Looks like we may close early. Oh, I shouldn't have said it.
Yeah, why did you say that?
Well, you never know, right? And did Libra want to know what's coming towards them? Is that what it was?
Might have been.
I'm going to look for that. What's coming towards them? Alrighty.
All right. And I'm going to use. Well, I guess I'll use my adventure tarot. And I have the book here in case I get confused about the court cards again. Okay. Okay. Okay, what's coming towards you? Okay, you have a Seven of Wands upright. This is kind of cute. You have Justice upright. And the Three of Pentacles is reversed.
The Rider, number one with a bullet, and the Stork. So something definitely may be coming towards you, Libra. But you probably already knew that. Seven of Wands.
Well, one of the things that's coming towards you, and I think all three of those cards are connected, so I don't know
Yeah.
how it fits in with the Stork and Rider. But I'm going to go with those three cards first and then see where it takes me, because the Seven of Wands indicates this is a time where you may have to stand your ground, stand up for yourself, or set some boundaries. You're in a good position right now. I think that's the good news here. You have the upper hand. But you know what? You want to keep it that way. You want to keep it balanced that way. You want things to be balanced in your favor, maybe a little bit here. However, I will say this, the Three of Pentacles here is reversed. You have to work with other people. So apparently, you know, the situation you have to work with other people cooperatively. And so be careful when you do this that you're not putting people off too much, that you get them to understand why you're taking the stand or doing what you're doing, why you're setting the boundaries you are setting, the good rationale for it, and that you still, you know, want to be a good team player. You want to be a good friend. You want to be a good partner. You want to be a good person. Don't try to make it so that nobody is able to work together anymore. You know, that key, that card in the middle, justice is the key. It's a balancing act here you have to create.
So it seems like wherever this is occurring at, this is really about, you having to deal with other points of view or other situations that maybe are vying with you for the airspace or for the leveling of some sort. And it's a challenge to you because probably this is where you felt you needed to be in your own area with your own sense of agency. So some of this is about you understanding the role that things play in that overall situation, that things are running fine-tunedly because maybe you're the one in charge there. But you might have to deal, like Banshee said, with others who, and I'm saying, who have a contrary point of view or who have a different sense of how things should go. And so it's a balancing act. I think it's one that you're better suited for, but you still have to be careful not to totally step on other people, even though you're probably going to be the one who's right here.
So I've got it. I figured out the Lenormand as I was giving it some thought here. And so, really, Libra, how you handle this situation will determine whether or not a new opportunity, you're going to be able to move, you're going to have a new opportunity come your way, you know, whether this a new beginning, you'll be able to move it in the right direction. It all depends on how well you're going to work things out with the people around you in order to create the space or the support you need to make this happen.
Ultimately, it works out for you whether you have to move ahead beyond the others who aren't quite working out with you, or whether you inspire them and everybody's a part of the solution together.
I guess
You're,
that's true.
I think it's working out for you either way. I mean, it's possible that you won't bring everybody along to your point of view, but not necessarily.
I
Either
guess
way, you
that's
win.
true. Either way, you might come out okay and get something going, whether you have the support or not. But you know, it might be a good idea to try to fix the situation if it's fixable. But don't compromise your own principles and your own autonomy in order to do so.
Hi, Namira.
That's what we have for you. Good luck with it. We will add you to the list, Namira. And then, oops, no, what did I do here?
I don't know.
Oops, I don't know. You're a little late, but since we're near the end of our list and we've got some time, we'll add
Yeah,
you.
we have time to add you. Um, So welcome to the program and go ahead and give us your question or thoughts if you can. You're going to be the next reading after the one we are going to do right now. And that's the Aries.
All right, let me get the list up.
And Aries asked why Matt gave them his phone number despite having a girlfriend instead of just telling him the truth he had a girlfriend. And of course, off the cuff, I said, because Matt's a dog.
Uh,
But
well, that may come out in the cards, in
that may
fact.
come out in the cards. And I'm going to use my Mike Royo Dark Tarot.
Okay, we've got you on the list, Namira. It's no problem. The list will be closed after you, though, so I'm going to pin that message. There we go.
I know. I was thinking that. I was thinking that, Jackie. Like, we're going to turn over the Lenormand and her dog's going to show up.
It could be. Could be.
No, it's okay. As long as we're still, unclosed list and have the time, we can take folks generally. Alrighty. So Ari, why did Matt do this? Um, it's the King of Cups upright. So that kind of dashes one of my thoughts.
No, not necessarily.
Okay. It's the Four of Pentacles reversed.
Oh.
And finally, it's the Three of Cups reversed.
Oh my gosh. That's the dog element there. That is.
I have a feeling. Yes, I know. Dog, snake, or
Well,
fox.
guess what's back again?
That whip. Avoid Matt, I think.
And you,
uh, let's
the
see.
woman.
Huh?
The woman.
Oh, the woman, right, of course. The fairy woman. Okay. Uh,
Well, shall I?
Go ahead. I know you have a better idea than I do, probably.
Well, it could be a couple of different things going on here. He's a player. The Knight of Cups can be that. The Knight of Cups loves pleasure and attention, in the love and romance department. Sometimes that can get carried away in making bad decisions about what they're doing. But beyond that, it could be because they had feelings for you, Ari. So they gave you the phone number, because they kind of like you too. They may have a girlfriend, but first off, they have a girlfriend. Are they engaged to the girlfriend? Is it an open relationship? What was going on there? I mean, maybe they felt it was okay to play the field and have this girlfriend. I think here with the what's the middle?
Four of Pentacles
The Four of
reversed.
Pentacles reversed. I can't help but. I'm going to throw this out there as a possibility that, he was covering his bases here because maybe the relationship he had, he wasn't really sure about. Maybe he wanted options. Maybe also he was thinking of letting that person go. Or maybe he was thinking, well, maybe he would give you the phone number, and when you found out he had a girlfriend, you would let him go. Maybe that was just his way of getting rid of you, but in a really bizarre sort
A
of
tacky
way.
kind of
Do
way.
you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Do
I
you know
get
what
the
it means?
feeling,
Do you know how dogs act? Woof
um,
woof.
wolf, wolf
I
indeed.
mean,
Hey,
human
just
dogs.
stop. So I get the feeling like his relationship with the girlfriend may be iffy. And if you don't know specifically anything other than he said he has a girlfriend, then maybe he's just trying to make himself look more like, he's, boyfriend material because obviously he already has a girlfriend. So he might be playing a game with you, just trying to make himself look more interesting to you because he might think you're looking for somebody permanent, and so he sort of feels like he's showing you he's that kind of material.
Well, when you combine the energy, even though the energy of the Knight of Cups is generally
It's
positive.
the King of Cups.
Oh, it's a king?
Yes, and I always said it was. I said it was from the
I
beginning.
remember asking if it was the Knight of Cups once, and you said yes, so I went with
I
that.
don't remember that.
Okay, well. All right, well, whatever. I think it stands the same because the king is a rather indulgent individual, emotionally. And if you combine that cup energy with the Three of Cups reversed, which I know what that card is, and I've often thought of in relationship questions like this one that the Three of Cups could indicate reversed infidelities. People who are not being sincere, people who may have an extracurricular romance on the side or are looking for one. So, maybe he thought you would be that person or that his other girlfriend would be that person.
Well, another thought that occurs to me is that maybe some of this is a rebound kind of thing. Like maybe he realizes that him and his girl are breaking up the Three of Cups reversed. And so he may be trying to position himself for a rebound. And like maybe then in a day or two, he would get back to you and say, oh, I guess we broke up. Didn't tell you that it was because he was a dog. And, but then he's checking you out. The King of Cups, I sort of feel like maybe in his own mind, he thinks he's a really nice person and that he's doing things in a nice way. But he probably isn't really.
He isn't.
He isn't.
I think all these other cards kind of, sort of indicate that. Um, hmm.
So with the Lenormand,
It's even better, yeah. He just swept you aside,
yeah,
right? Or he's sweeping that other woman aside, or he treats women like he can just sweep them aside. That is the whipped groom. And I just feel here that, he really is, even though he's a lover of sorts, or he wants passion in his life, he really treats women as kind of expendable.
yeah, he's not a good guy. I would not treat Matt very seriously.
I hope I'm wrong about that, but boy, I get that vibe off those two cards. So, anyway, that's what we see here. I hope that makes some sense to you, Ari. Good luck with that.
All right, Namira, we need your question. I don't think you gave us one already.
Nope.
And I'll just briefly mention that, of course, we are back on Thursday from 7 to 9. We're up to 8:38 now. I know it says 8:36, but we have two more recently, so we appreciate that. What do we see coming this week for you? Okay, thank you for that question. Let's give it a shot. So that's going to be your deck.
Heavenly Bloom stack. All right, you are
You're
welcome.
welcome, Namira. And earlier we made an announcement that tomorrow is the beginning of our 7th year, so therefore celebrating 6 years anniversary on YouTube tomorrow. So expect to hear some more about, possible activities or fun we are hoping to have or feature.
Well, we start with the Emperor upright. But we also have the Five of Cups upright. Boy, it's come up a bit today, but mostly reversed. And then we have the Ace of Swords upright.
And Lenormand gives us the book and the lily.
Yep.
And the lily.
I guess I want to start with the middle card. The Five of Cups kind of is an outlayer here in this reading, I think, which is mostly positive. So I'm going to say that I think this week, don't allow any kind of regrets or disappointments hold you back from pulling yourself together and achieving a victory of some sort. And I'm going to go into more detail on that because, yeah, I went to all the cards when I did that. But I mean, this card here, regrets and disappointments have a way of holding us back, have a way of, creating an energy vibe around us that stops us from achieving our true potential. And the Emperor is here to say, you know what? Just just pull yourself together and out of a state of regret or disappointment and start working constructively towards what you truly want, to achieve in this week ahead. Whatever it is, big or small. Just know that, anything that you're holding on to, a dismal attitude, etc., is not helpful here. It's not. But being in control and being focused on getting your work done, getting support from others or whatever it is, engaging with others, this is what will help you. And with the other card too, with the
Ace of Swords.
it will, if you stop, if you can clear the cloudy stuff out of your mind, the disappointments, etc., something will come through. There'll be something that comes through to you that might help you this week determine what it is that can lead you to success.
I like what Banshee did there, starting with the middle card. So I'm going to do the same thing because I do feel like we move into this week, Namira, with the idea maybe that we realize that not everything is working out for us, or that we realize, in fact, there have been some things that maybe we didn't appreciate what happened, that they moved away from us or that we weren't able to retain them. But that means you can look around and see what you still have. And of course, some of that is the control idea, the emperor. And along with the emperor comes the idea that there are resources, maybe people, maybe other energies or agencies that can still help you in a way if you ask them. The emperor always has delegates or people who can give advice or counsel. So even if that maybe comes from another part of yourself, like if you just sit with yourself and say, what would I do with blah, 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 you can do that. And in general, moving from there, that Ace of Swords is a good sign that maybe somewhere along the way in this week, you find an initiative or you find a way to kind of force, I'm saying force yourself, but really it's sort of apply yourself and apply your energy into situations that maybe will bring you accomplishments.
Well, thank you for reminding me of the other aspect of the Five of Cups when it's up right here. And that's the idea that all is not, you may be focusing on some of the negatives that may have happened to you, but, there's something good always that comes out of whatever we experience. Whether, and I mean, some people might argue that because people go through a lot of bad stuff. But, there's always some lessons to be learned, some knowledge to be gained, and some realization that there's still something within you that you have to build off of. And that's where the Emperor comes in. He wants you to tap that potential that's within you. And that's also where the Ace of Swords comes in. It's like an epiphany here that, oh, I have the abilities to transform my life because I could tap into this part of me. So, that's something to consider as well. So that's when I say dwell not on the negative aspects of what you've been through, dwell on where you realize what you realize you have left from that experience. And this is a long term process. We're talking about the week ahead here, but I will say that some of this may play out a little bit longer than this week. That maybe some of the realizations start to hit home for you, and maybe the time that you act upon them will be in the weeks ahead.
Yeah, I can't
When
put
Mercury goes direct.
I can't put a specific time level either
Yeah.
on it in the mirror, but I feel like the lilies is talking about changing, evolving, and what it is maybe what you know, what you learn, what you find out. And this isn't necessarily about, secrets or things you don't know. This could be about practical or functional techniques, skills, or things that will help you. So you will always be able to move in a direction of finding out what you need to know, but you got to be able to be open to those possibilities and not necessarily dwell, in the negativity of what you don't have at the moment. So good luck with that. Good luck.
Um, that's it. That's our show. So I want to thank everybody for being here today, and also for being a part. Yeah, I think almost everybody here has been a part of our 6-year journey to some degree.
Thank you.
And so as we're going forward, we appreciate your continued support, and we're always here for you. So
Trying to make
take care. Have a great week ahead, and we hope
welcome.
to see you soon. Bye bye for now.
Bye, everybody.